Pretty encouraged by what you've seen so far in the early going?
We are, yeah. A lot of young guys. Like I said, after day one, a lot of the guys that were eager to show what they can do are doing exactly that. And, we've got a long way to go, but we're getting there at a good pace.
Losing your receivers like you did, who are some of the guys that are stepping up?
All of them. I think this past year for a bunch of those guys, it was, okay, wow, that's how they do it, and look at these older guys, and they're stepping right in and stepping up to the plate and doing a good job.
Chris mentioned the other day that a lot of new terminology with Coach Hamilton's offense, and said he likes it because it's more catchy, more easy to remember the terminology, that kind of thing. Is that kind of a team-wide feeling? Yeah,
I think the best thing, the positive takeaway was that a lot of the concepts are the same, and this offense and Coach Pep's terminology is catchy and easy to kind of pick up on the fly, and it's just different. But it wasn't super hard to understand the last offense, at least for me and some of the guys. I don't know about everyone, but yeah.
How did a Don Brown defense prepare you last year for what you saw during the year, and how tough is that?
Yeah. With in the QB battle last fall, we were going against, I guess, the best, if not the second best, defense in the country, and the defensive backs were across the board top in the country. That prepared me well to come out versus Hawaii, and then throughout the rest of the year, I would always just fall back on, look, if I did this in camp and completed this stuff during camp, why can't I do it this Saturday coming up? So, and that's the same thing for the spring ball. They're reloading, and they've got a bunch of young guys that are extremely talented, and it's good work for us.
Pep's worked with a lot of NFL quarterbacks. I think Chad Pennington, Andrew Luck. What kind of credibility does it give him when he comes in here and helps you guys out to have that experience on his resume?
Yeah, that's huge to have someone that came from the NFL like Coach Fish did and like Coach Pep just did. I think when you're at Michigan, that's kind of the standard. When Coach Harbaugh is going to bring in an assistant, it's not going to be someone that you could just randomly grab off the street really quickly. It's the best of the best, the top option, and that was what we got with Coach Pep once Coach Fish left to UCLA. So, that's the good thing about, I guess, the good and bad thing about being at Michigan. You're going to have a carousel, rotating carousel of assistant coaches, climbing the ladder, but Coach Harbaugh is going to keep reloading. So,
well, what was your initial, like the first time that you met Pep, and I guess could you walk us through meeting him and kind of just coming to terms? Hey, I'm the quarterback, you're the offense, passing game coordinator. What was that like?
Yeah, I think the first time we met, he shook my hand, and then we went straight to the board, to the whiteboard, and he said, all right, what are you going to do versus this look and this look? And we just jumped right into football. And his big thing was we'll get to know each other, as time goes on. We'll build a good relationship, but right now it's about football, and that's what I love. It's a working relationship first. We're all trying to be the best that we can be, the best coach, the best quarterback, the best players to ultimately succeed in the fall, and then when that time comes to move on to the next level.
When you said you wanted to get pushed by the other quarterbacks, is that happening? Are you on your toes? Are they pushing?
Always, across the board, position-wise. Coach Harbaugh's pushing me, Coach Pep's pushing me, all the quarterbacks are pushing me, Malzone, Sessa, everyone. So, you can't get lackadaisical or complacent, and it's not just the rest of the quarterbacks here, it's the rest of the quarterbacks in the Big Ten that are trying to do their best to be the best quarterback in the Big Ten, and you just kind of have to have that mindset all the time.
Is that how you look at it? You want to be the best in the league?
Mm-hmm.
You got a couple of true freshmen wide receivers. How have they been coming along?
Oh yeah, they're doing really well. Tariq and DPJ and those guys to come in just out of high school. I think I said it after the first practice. Their prom is coming up, but they just finished practice 7 of Michigan football spring ball. So to be making the plays and being as physical as those two are for 2 high school kids, it's special.
Wilton, speaking of those receivers, do you see a different level of playmaking at all than what you've been used to?
No, because I'm I was used to JU and Amara Darbo, and those two guys were very, very special. But you know, similar to the Michigan coaching carousel, it's the wide receiver and quarterback and offense and defensive line, every position across the board. It's okay, if we're Michigan, we're gonna lose a bunch of weapons, but we're gonna reload. So.
How are the young defensive backs to throw against?
Yeah, D Long. D Long's doing a lot of good things. Keith Washington, all those guys. You know, they're young, but they saw, like the wide receivers did, they saw how Striv and JD and all those guys kind of operated, and Leno and you know, Levert has obviously lived with his older brother all his life, and then came to be his teammate for a year and saw how he operated. So, you know, fortunately, I think that they were so prepared and so football intelligent that there won't be much drop off.
When did that mindset change from, you know, I want to win this job, I want to keep this job, to I want to be the best quarterback in the league? Was it after you became comfortable with what you could do, or is that just something new this year?
No, I mean, it was you know, it's always, okay, if I can check this off, and it's next. It's not, okay, let me sit in this little checked off box for as long as I can and be comfortable. It's, okay, I need to keep achieving every little goal that I have, you know, on my list. And, you know, obviously I'm still doing my best to make sure that box is checked off, that I'm the quarterback here, but, you know, at the same time, I'm trying to check that next box off of whatever's next in line.
Is another part of it proving that you can do it with brand new receivers, brand new, you know, young guys? Like we just said, all these guys are gone. Is that a challenge you're embracing that, you know?
I mean, it's just part of football, I think. You know, you're never going to – you only get 4, maybe 5 years in college, and a place like here where you lose a guy like Jabril after 3. So that's just part of it. It's not like, oh, gosh, well, this is a bummer. I'm going to have to deal with this. It's every quarterback and every coaching staff and team goes through it. So might as well just get it done.
How long does it take for have that it's not written, but you don't have to always talk to